Another episode of Pokemon Knowledge. Just when I thought maybe there was just a little shred of chance, little shred of doubt that I could catch a breath. Oh, I was wrong. If you guys did not know, recently on Poke Beach they did drop the cards that are now gonna be in the new set. Uh, yeah, pretty crazy. So, if you guys don't know, the evolution set, obviously it's everybody's talking about it. Stonk Dog 69 on it. Well, one of the things people were saying was, well, there probably won't be like real good SIRs on there. It'll probably just be like mediocre Pokemon. They've already showed a lot of it. How good can this set really be? It's not a huge set. They've already showed like 32 cards. It's not going to be good. Well, that was wrong. You'll never get an apology from those people. Those people will never apologize. But that's how it should be. They'll never apologize. But ta-da. 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 Ta-da! Look at your screen right now. I know this. I usually make videos that you don't have to look at the screen. Yeah, the quality's not great. This is from Poke Beach. The Leafeon, the Flareon, the Vaporeon, the Glaceon, the Jolteon, the Espeon, the Sylveon. First of all, you got an Espeon. You got the sun behind it. You got a Sylveon looking cute. And then they took the Umbreon, and not only did they take the Umbreon, but they put a moon behind them. And listen, I don't know a lot of stuff in this hobby, but I do know one thing. Umbreons and moons go together well on cards. And if you put said Umbreon and said moon on the same card and you release it in a set, the hobby will lose its collective damn minds. And you got a little Eevee, terrestrial Eevee. You put the little terrestrial hats on them. $1 billion. These cards right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is going to be no bad pull in this set. There is like no bad chase in this set. This, no matter how much hype this set is getting right now, is not enough. We are already rocket shipping. We've passed this, we've gone around the moon, we've used the gravitational force of the moon to slingshot us past the moon, and we are just ripping and roaring. We're not stopping for anything. This solar system is going to be in our rearview mirror in a heartbeat. This hobby is freaking bananas right now. There is nothing stopping the craze right now. There is nothing going to cool it down. We are back to 2020. Not only are we back with a fury. Do you remember? See, for those of you that are newer to this hobby that have just re-entered, and maybe this is the set you're entering. Maybe you re-entered in 151. But in 2020, with all your craziness that happened and everybody was mad about all the scalpers and the flippers and the resellers, and people would go in and clear out Target and Walmart shelves, and Target had to stop carrying Pokemon for a while, and you could only get the Pokemon cards in the customer service section, and then people were chasing down MJ Holden drivers, and people were putting GPS trackers on the MJ Holding reps' vehicles, personal vehicles, and they would follow that car from like store to store to see where the MJ Holden rep was restocking Pokemon. It was a scary, scary time in this hobby. And then a week or two ago, we see those tins restock at whatever Costco or wherever it was, the 151 mini tins, and you got people clearing out the tins, ripping down pallets. We are back to prime 2020, 2021 levels. We're not stopping anytime soon. I want everyone to know, you hopefully, and I really mean this, I hope you have been positioning yourselves in the last couple years to take advantage if a boom like this ever happens. One of the battle cries I always heard from a lot of the Timmies was, all these guys that were in Pokemon, they just happened to get really lucky in 2020. 2020, Black Swan, Black Swan. I heard the word Black Swan more times than I could count. That's what everyone said. Black Swan. And they were like, oh, all these collectors, they just had a bunch of product, they had a bunch of graded cards, and they were just well positioned to take advantage of all this. All those people, or not all of them, but a lot of the people that they were describing, a lot of the people that were able to take advantage of the market or benefit from the market, some of those people got back in 2016 during Pokemon Go. So that was 4 years prior than 2020. Here we are in 2024. A lot of people got back in 2020, 2021. They are better positioned to take advantage of this boom. One of the things that I think a lot of people don't really understand is people were not as actively engaged buying out, getting huge supplies, getting huge positions and all this stuff pre-2020. There was a couple people out there doing that, yes, of course. But those people were few and far between compared to nowadays, where now it seems like everyone's doing that. Hopefully, if you've been around for the last 4 years, you've been slowly, or quickly and methodically position yourselves in the, outside shot that we're going to get another Black Swan. We are in Black Swan territory right now. People are going to make a lot of money in the next couple months. It's crazy. Like, what is going on right now with Surging Sparks? Here's my hot take. I don't dislike Surging Sparks, but I don't think it's the greatest set that's ever been released. Like, I don't hate it by any sense of the imagination, but I don't get, like, all the hype. Like, I get it at surface level, but the crazy prices we're seeing, the crazy demand for Surging Sparks, I don't get it to that level. Like, I get it at a surface level. Like, I get the cards, I get the set, I get the fact that, listen, I'm as actively engaged as anybody. Obviously, I make videos every single week talking about this hobby for hours at a time. I've seen the ramp up happening. Surging Sparks took, even me, I was a little shocked at how crazy the hype is at pre-release. And even I don't fully comprehend and like fully grasp why. I am starting to lean towards just, I think, for whatever reason, perfect situations happen, perfect storms where just a lot of people happen to enter the hobby at certain points. I've made videos talking about this, how 2009, there was many bubbles of people joining, 2012, 2016, 2020, and we're seeing that happen right now today, where we're just seeing, like, for whatever reason, an organic amount of people re-entering the hobby, and it just happens to be that Surging Sparks was the set that was there. While Surging Sparks is not a bad set, I don't think it's the best set that's ever been created by any chance of the imagination. And Surging Sparks, I don't think when people look back on Sword and Shield that they're going to look at Surging Sparks as being the best set. I just think that the demand and the hype for it right now is crazy. And I was thinking to myself, what would happen if we did get a truly great set? Where would the demand go after that? Because Surging Sparks, while it's not bad, I don't think it's the best thing that's ever been created. And then, and keep in mind, if you are new to this channel, this might sound like a joke to you. But for those of you that have been around this channel, one of the sentences I've quoted more times than anything else is the best set that Pokemon ever created is always the next set. Every set is the best set. Hidden Fates is the best set Pokemon ever created. Celebrations is the best set Pokemon ever created. Crown Zenith is the best set Pokemon ever created. 151 is the best set Pokemon ever created. Evolving Skies is the best set Pokemon ever created. Billion Stars is the best set. You see, like, Cosmic Eclipse is the best set. Team Up is the best set. It's just, obviously I wasn't going in order there, but if you go in order, the next set is always better. And the amount of times we've heard people talk, we've even heard people at the time of Shining Fates, people were like, Shining Fates is the best set Pokemon ever created. It's always the next set. whatever that set is. It's always the next set. Here we are. Prismatic Evolutions. This is the best set Pokemon ever created. And that will not be something that... This will not be the last time you hear me say that sentence. It might not be Prismatic Evolutions. It's going to be Team Rocket. In a couple months from now, we're going to say Team Rocket is the best set that Pokemon ever created. You will always hear me say that sentence. But in the moment, this is now the best set Pokemon ever created because there are 3 words that ring truer than anything else. Moderner, the better. That's it. Moderner, the better. This set is the moderner, and therefore, by default, it makes it the betterer. It is that simple. We are in for it for the next couple months. Shout out to Pokemon Classics. Pokemon Classics, if you did not get a chance to watch his most recent like take on the hobbyist, most recent recap, kind of just on the boom that's going on, he talks about it. He describes it. Wildness. And Team Rocket, or Glory of the Team Rocket, or whatever we're going to end up calling that set in English, that's not till April. This set comes out in January. I'm leaving these cards on the screen so you can just look in awe and amazement. I'm just warning everyone, just be prepared for the next couple months. You are in for the most magical ride. We're talking right out of the movie Aladdin. You got yourself a genie, you rub the bottle, the genie came out, it's Robin Williams, he's funny as fuck, and he's just gonna grant you 3 wishes. But remember the monkey paw rule. When you wish for something, you might get it, but it might be literal. And we might literally be getting the most literal representation of what we've wished for. The next couple months are wild. Like, if there's anybody out there who is speaking like bearishly or poorly or negative on this hobby, they're just going to be so wrong in the next couple months. Now, can this last forever? Hell, I don't think so, but who knows? Shout out to ZNG, old Jim Carson out there from ZNG Emporium. Jim's posting, images on his Instagram all the time. Like, cards at auction are breaking all-time highs. We saw that Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies sell for greater than $1,000. Keeping in mind that Rayquaza VMAX sold for $1,000, and at the exact same moment, in the exact same second, you could have went and bought that card at a Buy It Now for a little bit over $600. And a lot of people were like, fake sale, people manipulating the market. That was a confirmed sale by James, and it was paid for. And this is not new, though. Like, during the craziness, when we used to really love PWCC, because we love PWCC because on eBay, and this is something I talked about on my channel before, I used to send a lot of cards to PWCC when they were on eBay, because cards at auction were selling for higher than Buy It Now prices, and that wasn't like a made-up thing. That was really happening in the crazy boom. Unfortunately, in August of 2021 was when PWCC got kicked off of eBay, but pre-August 2021, that was your go-to auction consignment platform, PWCC, because they were solely on eBay, and then obviously they got kicked off of eBay, ended up creating for, alleged shill bidding or whatever happened, and then they ended up on their own platform. PWCC ended up getting bought out by Fanatics, and it was like a whole thing. But at the time, when they were consigning people's cards on eBay, it was events. People would hop into Discord calls, people would hop into Discord chats and just talk about the Fanatics auctions that were ended, because it was like an event. It was an event. And because one of the reasons it was an event was, one, you were seeing a lot of cool cards going up for auction, but number two, you were actually like seeing record sales for a lot of this stuff, and a lot of people were sitting on those cards. A lot of people, it was their cards up for auction. PWCC. We're back to that moment where now eBay auctions are selling for greater than Buy It Nows. That is peak craziness when you have times like that happen, because at that point the hobby is no longer optimized. Like, craziness that happens, new money that floods in, like irrational buyers, it takes away all like irrationality from a market. That's why you start to see auctions sell for more, because the irrationality is gone. The new buyer controls everything. I mean that. You think it's the I think that's the problem, is a lot of people think it's like the people that have been around for a long time are the puppet masters with Justin Timberlake doing the NSYNC "It's Gonna Be May" type dance, and we're just the puppet masters, and they're like bye 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 bye. No, it's not like that. We are not the ones controlling those strings. The people controlling the strings are the new people, and they just don't know how to work a puppet, and the puppets are just doing this. It's their arms are flailing. There's nothing. There's no coordination. There's no nothing to it. It's just watching, and it's just things start getting tangled up. That's the new people. The new people are the ones doing that. And they will, for a short amount of time, they will control the market. Whatever direction people think this market is going in, that will be, those people were the ones that decide it. In 2020, 2021, it was those people, the new people entering the market, the irrational money, the I have money to burn, the I just want everything flashy. I'm the same way as I always warn people. Be very, very careful, because you don't want to play this imaginary game of catch up, right? Because that's what happens is people will see what everyone else has, and they'll be trying to make up for lost time. They're like, man, I wish I was in Pokemon in 2015. I wish I was in Pokemon during Pokemon Go. And man, look at all these people got back during the pandemic of 2020. They all have a leg up on me. I wish I got to see those prices. Wait, in August 2021, people were picking up Evolve and Skies booster boxes for $95. That's not fair. Evolve and Skies booster boxes are $850 right now. I never got that chance. So I have to play catch up on all these people. And this panic mode sets in for them, and they're like, I gotta buy everything. And then next thing you know, credit cards get maxed out. Every single sealed product goes up, modern product goes up, vintage product goes up. You will see money trickle across all aspects of this hobby. And the crazy thing is out of those new people that come in, just like you had all the spicy boys came out of 2020, and every single one of those people are running 6-figure businesses, every single one. You got 100% certainty across the board of how successful people were coming out. You're going to get all these new people, and you're going to have these new people who are going to be able to navigate this market different than other people. And that's the thing. It's navigating Pokemon in the day to day is a constantly changing race. It's not static. It's constantly changing. And luckily, a lot of people were through 2020, and they've seen what an irrational market looks like. We are headed off a cliff of irrationality. But this is the thing. It's like, position yourself to navigate this the best that you can. And I titled my video correctly. I said, Pokemon Invest in Fomo is here to stay. And that's what it's going to be for a lot of people for a short amount of time. It's going to be FOMO. It's going to be fear of missing out. Just today, I put the new Prismatic Evolutions mystery box. It's going to have the different promos in it. People are FOMOing in to buy those right now because they just want those promos. And it's a mystery product. Pokemon is really diving deep. I got one of these stupid things in the mail the other day. You know what these are? I didn't even turn it inside out yet. This is my mystery box that I got from Pokemon Center. I'm a big hat guy, but I didn't even open it up. I'm just like, well, I thought maybe I'd make content out of it, but whatever. I gotta put the box inside out. But they're going, Pokemon is real. I mean, first of all, Pokemon, the packs that are inside, this is already a mystery product. Pins. This is already a mystery product inherently in that Pokemon creates. So now they're just packing mystery products within mystery products. And now with this new Prismatic Evolutions Eevee thing, they're even stacking into the mystery even more. And they're playing to the right buyer base. Unfortunately, I'm the buyer base. Pokemon puts something shiny in front of me right now. In this market, I'm going to do that 4-letter word. Starts with an F-O-M-O. FOMO. That's a lot of this is. And I think a lot of people are going to get caught up in it. You got a Leafeon, you got to look at it. This Leafeon is sick. This Glaceon is sick. They put a moon behind Umbreon again. You can't keep putting moons behind Umbreons and not break the hobby. This Sylveon right here is beautiful. And then this Espeon, I get it. The quality is shit. This is from Poke Beach, but it is what it is. To put a sun behind Espeon and put a moon behind Umbreon, it's game over. It's game over. You... Breakers are going to want to break this. Collectors are going to want to open it. Investors are going to want to store it. Kiki, appreciate the super chat. He said, this is pretty big stuff, but biggest card news today is the Magic the Gathering Marvel Secret Lair Snafu. So I didn't hear what the Snafu was, but even Magic the Gathering, Marvel is a huge IP. They're gonna, it's just, I mean, even this Umbreon, what is he sitting on? Like this, he's like sitting on a cool little thing with eyes and everything. I don't know. We're in for it. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready for the next couple months. Because this hobby is fundamentally changing on a daily. A hobby that has been around in English since 1999. We've already smoked past the 25th anniversary, coming up on the 30th anniversary, and a hobby that should not be able to fundamentally keep changing. Like, we are fundamentally changing this hobby, like how they interact with cards, how they interact with sets, how to like deal with pre-releases, how to deal with pre-orders, how to deal with stuff at release, how to deal with singles, how to deal with modern singles, how to deal with vintage singles. Like, the hobby is constantly, from a fundamentally like core level, is changing. I did an emergency live on a, what is today? Today's Monday? I did an emergency live on a Monday at 4:22. What a weird random time. 4:22. I just looked over. I have 194 concurrent viewers right now. You think this is normal? We are, the hobby's changed. 199. I'm going to hit 200 real-time viewers at 4:22 set time with zero notice on a live. Zero notice. I mean, what do you guys think? You think like this hobby could like recover? You think Pokemon could print enough right now to meet demand? I think a lot of people are like, oh, you know, Pokemon could just ramp up printers. Listen, Millennium Print Group is who prints Pokemon. Year after year, they're printing like 1 billion more cards than they did the previous year. They're printing to what I believe is Pokemon's max capabilities. And their max capabilities is just not enough. The simple, I talk about this all the time. Economics 101, I'll save you an entire college level, economics class. If supply cannot meet demand, prices go up. If demand is greater than supply, prices go up. That's what we're dealing with right now. We are just in an economics 101. There's just not enough of this stuff to go around. There are just too many people coming in at too crazy of a rate. The amount of money I've seen recently, too, that's another thing that we don't talk about enough. The sheer dollar amounts that are flooding into this hobby on a daily is preposterous. And I know I don't love the saying, rising tides lift all ships, but in this case, I'm seeing it across the board. I'm watching all the ZNG auction blocks end. I'm watching the PWCC. I was in a nice, pretty little spot. I was like, oh, I'm picking up a couple cards here and there, spending a few $100 here and there, just, filling in holes in my collection. I always talk about this. During the boom, I sold 140% of my personal collection, meaning I sold 100% of what I want to sell and then 40% of the stuff that I didn't. And by the time the boom was done, I had nothing left. And then I spent the last couple months last couple years, restocking everything, getting myself in a position. And even though I feel like I've, for the last 4 years, been positioning myself to take advantage of a market like this, I still find myself underprepared because of what's going on in the last couple weeks. I feel underprepared. I'm talking to a lot of people, my friends in the hobbies, who are doing things on a way crazier, way greater level than I am. And I'm asking them, and they're giving me the same answers. They're like, PK, I don't feel prepared for this. When you got people telling me they're putting away 20 cases of a modern set and they feel unprepared. Think about that. 20 cases of modern sets, and these people are still looking at what's going on and they feel underprepared. I don't put away 20 cases of each set. My friends do, though, and they're feeling underprepared. That, because they know everything is finite in this hobby at this moment. That's the thing. Whether you have one booster box of a product or you have 20 cases, that one booster box is finite. Those 20 cases are finite. The hobby is just crazy right now. The demand is just too strong. The amount of money flooding in is just too strong. This is the thing too, and shout out to Josh and Retro. I watched Josh and Retro's live the other day they did, and Josh brought up a good point. One of the mistakes a lot of people made, including myself. One of the videos I'm most proud of was titled, "As I Walk Through the Valley of the $79.95 Booster Box, I Fear No Evil." And in that booster box was when Chillin' Rain dropped down to below $80. P Football Pete was the one on eBay that put boxes below $80 for Chillin' Rain. Chillin' Rain's a greater than $200 booster box right now. At the time, I was so amazed by that I got in my car and I drove to P Football Pete's warehouse and I talked to him in person to kind of pick his brain, like, what's going on? Why are you putting Chillin' Rain booster boxes sub $80? Like, I literally was so amazed by that I got in my car and I drove to him to ask him that question. And I made a video saying how I was still picking up Chillin' Rain, and I made one of my biggest positions in modern product at the time was in Chillin' Rain. At the exact same moment where I bought Chillin' Rain for $79.95, I could have been buying Evolving Skies at $95, but the difference was I could pick up Chillin' Rain for $15 cheaper than Evolving Skies. So while I still had Evolving Skies, my big position was in Chillin' Rain. And time heals all. Time forgives everything in this hobby. It wasn't a bad play to pick up Chillin' Rain at sub $80, but it would have been a much better play to pick up Evolving Skies. And one of the things that Josh brought up, and I was listening to Josh talk about it, was, does it make sense to back the poor performing products right now? So like your Paradox Rifts. Or does it make more sense to back the winning products right now in this modern hobby? Because I backed Chillin' Rain, and while it ended up winning in the long run, I could have been backing the more expensive set, and at the time, the more expensive set was Evolving Skies. So then you look at all this products that's going on right now, and you look at your what's considered cheap booster boxes right now, and they're very enticing. Your Paradox Rift, your Obsidian Flames, your Scarlet and Violet base set. Those booster boxes are $100 a piece. You could probably go on eBay right now and pick up any of those between $100 and $105. They're very, very cheap right now. And does it make the most sense for you right now to pick up those cheaper products, or does it make more sense to go after the products that have already started to run? The more expensive ones. The Paldea Evolved, the Twilight Masquerade, the Surging Sparks, Prismatic Evolutions. Does it make more sense for you to just back the winning horse? Because if you're looking at a Kentucky Derby and you're saying, okay, well, this one horse won the Belmont, this one won the Preakness, he's won back to back. Do I want to bet on this horse to become the next Triple Crown winner, or do I want to pick on another horse that is a 10-1 shot or a 5-1 shot? Even though this other horse won the two big races leading up for them to go into the Kentucky Derby and be a Triple Crown winner. Do you want to, like, that horse is the favorite, but Do you want to bet that he's going to win the Triple Crown? How many horses have won the Triple Crown in history? You're probably better off going with another horse, or do you go with the one that's already leading the pack and is already the favorite? That is the thing right now in today's hobby that people are going to have to navigate. Are they going to run into my Chill and Rain Evolving Skies time? Well, yeah, I got Chill and Rain for cheaper. Evolving Skies would have been the better buy. I would have spent $50 more dollars. I would have been going after the favorite, but time would have been nicer. When I look at all these sets, where is time going to be more favorable to? Is it going to be more favorable to a Prismatic Evolutions, or is it going to be more favorable for a Paradox Rift giving the price point? You know, or a Twilight Masquerade. When Twilight Masquerade is 170 and Paradox is 100, what do I think is easier? Do I think it's easier for Paradox to double and go from 100 to 200? Or do I think that it's easier for Twilight to go from 170 to 340, you know? Like, that's the problem. That's where people are going to start having to ask themselves a lot of these questions in the near term, because we are going to see stuff that is going to be undervalued for what the rest of the market's doing. This is the time where people are just going to have to really, really be smart with their money. And I don't have the answer for that. On paper, Paradox looks good at 100 to go from 100 to 200, but I don't know. It's the same thing. You could have said that about Evolving Skies. Even when Evolving Skies was at 400 and then Chill and Rain went from 80 to 160, it doubled. It's like, well, Chill and Rain went from 80 up to 160, it doubled from its all-time low, but Evolving Skies is already at 400. What makes more sense? Does it make more sense for Evolving Skies to double from 400 to 800, which is at right now, or does it make more sense for Chill and Rain to double from 160 and go to 320? And some people out there would have said, it makes more sense for the cheaper box, Chill and Rain. Like, yeah, it doubled from 80 to 160, but going from 160 to 320, that's still $40 less than Evolving Skies is right now. Do you really want to bet on Evolving Skies going from 400 to 800? Because Evolving Skies, at the same time it took Chillin' to go from 80 to 160, Evolving went from 95 to 400. So we've already seen huge gains there. Like, do you really want to, like, bet on that? And I bet you a lot of people had that exact same conversation. And they were like, yeah, man, I don't know. I doubt Evolving Skies goes to 800 before Chill and Rain goes to 320. Because that would be doubling 400. Those are not made up conversations. Those are real conversations people had. So now we're running into it just with Scarlet and Violet. We're looking at the same shit. It's the same shit. Another day. Oh. Anyways. Wow. Emergency Live at 4:22 on a Monday. 229 consecutive viewers are currently watching this channel. Listen, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. My name is PK. This channel is Spoken Knowledge Cards. If you're new to this channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I have thousands of hours of content. We go live every single Thursday night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've gone live every single Thursday in the month of in the year of 2024. We have not missed a week. I do try my best to make consistent content. We have so many great people that are out there. If you're not new to this channel, hit that like button. But if you're new, hit that subscribe button. I always try to bring on guests. We are going to be bringing on a guest pretty soon to talk about the craziness, which is the market. But if you guys like this type of content, the very unfiltered, unedited content, well, you found the right channel for you. And I do post, like, Pokemon Center drops and stuff. I did post the Prismatic Evolutions box. A lot of people got lucky with that. The new mystery box, I posted that. A lot of people got lucky with that. But yeah, guys, listen, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be safe out there. Happy Monday. And as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next video.